epilogue called Fear. Oh, fear, fear, fear. If one cannot pee here, hear pee, then one will surely have fear. Oh my goodness, he just completely transformed one's perception of what fear actually is. Like when P breaks it down, like he breaks it down like there's fear, like the FEAR fear, and then there's the fear with the PHEAR, and like how P explained like in a lot of his interviews, like how he replaces the F with the PH, which connects with the word phi. And like when he says that, you know, if you can't hear him, or if you can't you're not like paying attention to him, or you're not putting your attention, your full attention on P, and you're not listening to P, then you will surely have surely have fear, the FEAR fear. And yeah, that really makes sense to one, and especially when yeah, when beings are like in like a whole bunch of tension and like a whole bunch of conflict and like disharmonious and very uncentered, and mostly tension, mostly it's like the byproduct of not putting one's attention on P. Like, because one used to be very tense before meeting P. One used to be tense about everything, like because one used to watch a lot of destruction videos, like what's happening around the world, and one used to fear like lots of things, like massive hurricanes just wiping people out, and floods and fires and all those things, and one was under like a lot of tension. And also one was under a lot of tension because one came to a point where, you know, one had this feeling that one's actions actually had had consequences, and whatever one done, one felt that one was being watched, or one was being like monitored like 24/7. And one is not talking about like in like a government way, like how they have surveillance cameras. It's like in a way where the universe is watching one, and that's true, like the universe is watching everyone. And it makes sense, like if beings get this concept that the multiverse records everything that you do, then you would actually have the FEAR fear. And if you're not putting your attention towards P, then you know you would have tension, and you would have fear, and you would have conflicts, and you'll make a whole bunch of assumptions and wrong claims about things. And when you put your attention on P, you can see like how he has like a high level of discernment, clarity, and balance and centeredness, and all of these divine qualities that if anyone put their attention on P, then they would actually develop those develop those qualities as well. And one just finds every time if one's attention is off of P just a little bit, then one gets a little bit tense about focusing on something that's, you know, that's not really that important, or it's not really evolving. And yeah, one finds that if one just does like a hardcore focusing on P, then one doesn't have any tension whatsoever. Like, and when it's like a funny thing when like when you find out, like if you focus on P, if you hear P like every time, like in the morning, if you, in the sense like if you hear P as in like how he said in this, like if you hear P, like if you listen to him, if you pay attention to him, then you can see like all around you, everything, like the beings that are tense around you, it just becomes like this funny thing, because you like have that full attention on P, and then you're able to see like a lot of beings in Muggle world have a lot of tensions. And you see like if beings actually move towards P, then they wouldn't have that tension. Like beings wouldn't have to go through all this unnecessary hells and like all this pain and torture if they just put their attention on P. And it's like the easiest thing, and he makes it really easy as well, because like P is like the most interesting being in this, on this plane. And I'm sure like on every other plane as well, because you have the beings from the higher realms responding to him through crop circles, and you have nature responding to him, and you have, you know, all these natural things responding to P. And yeah, I really think he really changed one's perception of what fear actually is. And it's like a really important thing. If one just keeps one's focus on P, then one wouldn't feel any tension or any worries, or make any kinds of weird assumptions or anything like that. And it just takes care of everything. Like, yeah, and he's created all of these avenues for beings, so that they can focus on him in different ways by like observing his pictures, listening to his music, and you know, looking at the scenery in his films, like all of nature in his films, and actually being able to be part of his travels as well, like how he, you know, he graciously just you know, posts what he's up to in on his Facebook page. And there's so many things that beings can can observe when looking at P's things. He has his P logs. It's just so many avenues that P has created, so that beings can just focus on him completely. And yeah, it's amazing like how he's just completely changed one's perception of what fear actually is, and it just makes it easier to understand. Like if you don't hear P, then you would have fear, the FEAR, fear. So yeah.